It's the Standard Pauper Show. It's a show about Standard Pauper. Well, welcome to the show, everybody. It's me, Brennan. What are we talking about today? Oh, the same thing we've been talking about for quite some time. The Standard Pauper Gauntlet, it's upon us. No more deck submissions. So if you've been planning to submit a deck, well, you're going to have to wait till next year. It's too late. That's okay. You can still champion a deck. We'll talk about that in a minute. What do we have? Let's check it out for the winner. For the deck that goes all the way. We got 10 tickets for the winning submitter. Also a draft set of Born of the Gods. Mr. Chris Weaver donated that. Plus 3 tickets for the entry fee. Avery61, who actually helped out somewhat in this event. He was there, sitting on the sidelines, ready to jump in when I needed him. He gave 10 tickets for the winner. Also, Dan offered 5 bot credits for the MagicGatheringStrat bot, the bot that sponsors this show. Excuse me. Now, what we're going to talk about today, the deck champion gets 10 tickets. So, how do you become the champion? I'm going to post this weekend, maybe tomorrow, on the website mtgostrat.com. Go there. I'm going to have the decks listed 1 through, I believe, 21. 22? Maybe math is not my strong point. I want to have them all listed. And it's going to be a first come, first served basis. You put a comment, and you comment saying, I picked deck number 10. That's yours. Your name is forever. I will put it up in the article itself underneath that particular deck. And then if it wins, you get 10 tickets and Pauper to the People will let you sit in on a show. Now how's that for interesting? I think it's cool. Okay, let's see what we got here. So, like I said, submissions are over. I'll start posting the videos next week. At the end of this episode, there's going to be a preview of one of the videos. Not the full match, so you don't know how it turns out. But I want you to see the new format because I changed the way I record. I'm going to have a different kind of layout for these events so that they are easily discernible from other videos. And now, after I post the article, be sure to go out and champion something. I would prefer if you have a deck that you don't also champion your deck. I mean, I guess you could. I'm not going to stop you if it becomes too hectic, but you can only champion one. It's a 1-for-1 ratio there. But let's see the list of those who made it, so you'll know, kind of get your mind around which one you're going to pick. First one. This is Orazov by Huzzah. It's just a black-white, kind of aggro-y mid-range. Put on some auras on your creatures and send them on in. There is Corpse Hauler in the sideboard if you need to regenerate, well, not really regenerate, but to resurrect creatures. I like it. I think it's pretty good. You have some Devour Flesh in the sideboard against Hexproof and Boon of Erebos. Not bad, not bad. This is our first entry. Second is Derek Brent. Sent in Heroes of Akros. It's a Boros aggro deck. Just what you think it is. You have your dudes. They're pissed off. You send them in. Hopefully you can fortify them up with these 20 vitamins and minerals here. You have a sideboard. It's a pretty similar sideboard. A lot of these have similar hate cards, but it's the way the meta goes. Alright, Kyle. Whoop. Hold on. What's going on? There we go. Little technical difficulties, people. Kyle Brooks. Is it control? Just like what it says, blue-red deck. You're going to be trying to cancel anything your opponent casts. Get rid of what they have on the field. Send in your spells. You want to get this Goblin Electromancer down because it makes all your spells cost 1 less. Very handy. Looks pretty good. The only drawback I see with this one is you're really going to have to pay attention to what you use your Lightning Strike and Shocks on, because 20 life is a long way to go. Maybe bring in some Lava Axes. I see that happening quite a bit. What's the next one? Lucid. Send in Simic Snowball. Looks a lot like the Hexproof decks. You have your guys. This Beetleform Mage is a little different. Makes itself bigger. But you have your guys, you suit them up, send them in, try to get in as many hits as possible, like most decks. Alright, this next one. Lollipop Man. It's kind of a strange name you gave yourself there. Rakdos Regenerations. It's a Rakdos aggro deck. Corpse Hauler plays a big role in this one to try to get things out, because a lot of your stuff you're going to be sending in over and over again, and they're going to die a lot. But that's okay, because you can bring them back with Mr. Corpse Hauler. Bunch of removal spells, which really helps you get in. Look here, Dr. Chris Baker, Bug Defenders. This deck actually placed first in an MPDC. It's a good one. I practiced with this one. You other decks have a lot of work ahead of you, because this one is a proven winner. But stranger things have happened. What if I meet the Nemesis the first time around? Speaking of which, depending on how the first round goes, we have, 21, 22 decks. If I run bad and a lot of them just end up, let's say I get a whole lot of first round loss, we may go to a 2 loss, or 2 losses before you get kicked out of the round. So double elimination for possibly the first 2 rounds. We'll see how it goes. Still planning on single elimination, but I want this to be entertaining, so come on. And, oh, there's the phone. I'm not going to answer it. Okay, what do we got? Peter Melentiev, UG Air Defense. It's a Simic midrange. You have a big guy in the Nessian Asp and Beetleform Mage. People love Beetleform Mage. I hadn't really considered using it. Rumbling Baloth is another big one. You also have Sky Games, which I have not seen in a deck yet. Gives a creature flying. What's interesting is you could actually Sky Games their creature and use Aerial Predation or Plummet, or Shredding Winds. So essentially turning your green spells into Doomblades. Maybe it'll work. Who knows? What do we have here? Ah, yes. Hygiene. Send in Hidden Heroes. It's an Azorius combo deck. You have a bunch of really good creatures here. Hidden Strings to trigger your Heroic and also Inspired. That can help you. Again, Azorius combo. And our own Dan sent in the Black-White Extort. Jason the Mind Sculptor created this deck a while back. It's an Orzhov control using the Extort mechanic. goes through and does what Extort does. Keep your guys alive while whittling away at their health. I like it. It was Extort before rotation was my favorite, by far, my favorite Standard Pauper deck. But I think it lost something when the bat left. Can't think of the name offhand, but when it came into battle, you lost, or your opponent lost 2 life, you gained 2 life, and then you could cloud shift it. Very, very handy. But I guess that's been kind of taken over by the Gray Merchant. Gray Merchant costs 1 more and can potentially do more damage. So, anyway, I like this deck. I hope it does well. But I'm not going to be biased. Each time I play, I will play to win. I am not going to sandbag any particular deck just because of my own preference. No. I'm playing for them all to win. If this goes 52 weeks just because I'm so awesome, well, there you go. Dan Allen has a Gatekeepers, using the Ubulsar, Sunspire, and Ceruli Gatekeepers to try to make their triggers happen over and over so that you can really control the board. Interesting. Flickergate was huge before rotation. Maybe this is a thing still. I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Stubborn Heroes. Remedio made a Selesnya aggro deck. Sky Guards, Shield Mates, Staunch Hearted. All the good heroic triggers with a bunch of things to put on them. Basic aggro deck. Suit up your guys, get in there, beat them down. And then we have a couple of sets that are coming up. Dr. Baker decided to submit several different decks after his initial run. He asked, hey, can I submit more than one? I was like, oh sure, why not? Well, here you go. Crouching Cipher Hidden Strings. That name is way too long, Dr. Baker. So, from this point forward, it will be CCHS. Because I'm not going to say Crouching Cipher Hidden Strings over and over again. Anyway, using hidden strings does a lot of the work, because whenever you cast it, whenever it triggers its cipher ability, it is casting, so it uses the cast trigger, and anything with heroic, you can cast it on. Guess what? Triggers heroic. Also, if you have inspired, you can tap them so they untap. Very, very handy. We'll see how it goes. He's quite proud of it. He also submitted a mono black devotion deck. I was very surprised none of you had done that until he did. I can't. I should go back and count how many hints I dropped for everyone just to go submit whatever deck they saw. But the time has passed. Anyway, mono black devotion, we all know what it does. It's very good at it. He submitted another one, Loyal Boros. It's a Boros aggro deck. Send in your red and white creatures. Make them do what they do best, beat down. Loyal Pegasus, I'm glad to see, is making a good showing here in this deck. Another one, the Cyclops Combo. He piloted this one before Born of the Gods in the Standard Pauper in the MPDC. Basically, you get Nivik Cyclops out there, cast spells, make it get big, send it on in. It's very good at that. Demir Mill. Oh. Dr. Baker, why are you making me play this deck? I feel icky playing this thing. It's so mean, and it's the whole concept of it's a deck for people who hate to play Magic. They hate to play it so much they don't want other people to play Magic. So yeah, Demir Mill, it made it in. Deep breath. again, I will play to win. Oh look, I put it in there twice. That's ridiculous. I don't want to see it twice. We got a late intro from Gabriel Ver. He called it Snake Tank because there's mostly snakes and you got tanks for defense. I like it. Snake of the Golden Grove, and also Nessie and Asp. You have Simic creatures to get in. You have Opaline Unicorn to help fix some mana. He main decked Fog, which, hey, you make the deck, I just play it. But that's fine. Horncaller's Chant is in there for some big rhinos. Let's see. Pretty good. I hadn't seen much from Gabriel before, but there you go. It's in. And then Vault Boy Hunter came in and pulled a Dr. Baker, submitted a bunch of decks right under the wire. VB, Simic Tempo deck, Beetleform Mage, Cloudfin, Deadly Recluse, Nimbus Naiad, all the good stuff in the Simic combination. Using some Disperse and Nullify to get rid of things that are getting in your way. Razor Tip Whip because you just need that to get in a few extra damage to win the game. Gruul Biggies. It's a Gruul aggro deck. All the big creatures. One of the things that I like on this one is Ruination Worm is making an appearance. A 7/6 worm for 6 mana. I'm glad it's in one of these decks. It's huge. Anyway, Follow the Hammer. Awesome for this deck. Everything is big, so Follow the Hammer will just be extra sweet when it lands. Blue Sky. Someone did it. The Mono Blue Flyers. Chorus of the Tides, Cloudfin Wrapper, Windrake, Vaporkin, Nimbus Naiad. All awesome. Got Nullify, Voyages in, Disperse Divination, Hands of Binding, get everything out of your way. Looking forward to it. Then he submitted 4-color Control. This is complicated. You try to get in and stop your opponent from doing things. You get their stuff out of the way. This is going to test my abilities. I don't normally play decks like this. I wish it well. I wish I was a better pilot of these kind of decks. Mono Green Aggro. It's Mono Green Aggro. You got some of the best of the Mono Green creatures. You also have some ways to protect them. Mortal's Resolve, Ranger's Guile, and then you can really get in with Aspect of Hydra. I watched a Loading Ready run draft where they went all in on Charging Badger. Pretty hilarious, but very effective too. Oddly so. Well, we're going to find out. And then he did it. He submitted the Mono Red deck. Red deck wins. Again, all these decks were just sitting out there. Anyone could have submitted them. But here you go, he did it. The best of the red creatures, the best of the red removal, all in one neat package. Pretty straightforward. Okay, here's his final entry. He called it Dimir Simic Golgari Mill. His concept was that the sideboard was full of more answers than what the regular Dimir Mill had. But I'm gonna have to call this one. I can't do it. I'm sorry, VBH. You and me are homies, but I can't play 2 mill decks. Your other decks are in, but this one, I just can't do it. I'm sorry. But there you have it, folks. Those are the decks. Now, let's do something a little different. What? Is it blank? No, it is not. Because what we have here is a preview. A preview of the Gauntlet. It's not the full match, but just a little bit of taste. And I want you to tell me what you think about the layout. I got rid of the chat window because it was distracting. And I also got rid of the icon, so if I play against you, I'm not trying to cover you up other than people who may intentionally try to sabotage the games. I want it to be as least distracting as possible. So, let's go ahead and watch the first part of this match. Welcome to MagicGatheringStrat. It's Brennan playing some Standard Pauper. Would you like to mulligan? No. Oops. No. I'm trying to click on my recording. Minimize. There we go. Alright. Celestia. F6. Let me know what you think of the layout. This is for the Gauntlet. Playing Orazov. Blah. I am going to play this and hope they don't put a... Oh, what's that thing called? The one drop. The white aura that he undoubtedly has. And Celestial Armor. Not Celestial Armor. There it is, Ethereal Armor. That's the one. With the first strike. That's fine. Take 2. I'm gonna deal 3 to you. Bum 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 bum. Oh. Well, hello, Mr. Eidolon. Ta-da. I'll trade you 3 for 2. Sounds good to me. Because I am totally going to be gaining some life next turn. Well, hopefully. Could always do something weird. Oh no. Okay. That's fine. Come on in. You kept a 1-lander. Do not believe this is going to go the way you think it's going to go. Because I'm going to do this. Yeah. So... There we go. Ta-da! I like that. Come on in. Do 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 do. Let's pull up the page and see what Oromancy. Orazov by Huzzah, or Haza. Don't know how you would say that. I'm gonna say Huzzah because I think that sounds cool. Huzzah! Didn't attack. Interesting. Okay. Well, just the... No, that's that one. Do 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 do. Pagana Band, Elder. Yay, 3 life. Sweet. I'll take 8. Sounds fine to me. Come on in. No? No. Which one? Which one? Let's see, if he attacks with all, yeah, I'm gonna be... I'm gonna do this. I guess I could have bestowed something on it, but... no, that's okay. What I wouldn't do for a Celestial Flare. Seriously. It would be so awesome. Pew. And there we go. Is that it? Yeah, I think so. Yay! Won the game. Okay, well, that was it. It is the first half of the first match. Do I win? Do I lose? Is Orzhov already out? I won't know until you watch the full length episode. Well, I've had a change of heart. I felt so bad cutting the deck that my friend had put thought and effort into that I'm putting in as alternate. That's right. White weenie, mono white aggro. It's in. No one else had picked it. Can you believe it? There was not a single mono white aggro deck. But now there is. Cheers to you, Vault Boy Hunter, for getting this in just under the wire. By just under the wire, I mean pretty solidly after I had cut off submissions, but since I cut one of your others, I felt bad. Anyway, there you go. Mono white aggro. So, what happened this week in Standard Pauper? I have no idea. I have been so busy with work. It's been 80-hour weeks for the past month. It's been awful. So you probably haven't seen very many videos of mine. Sorry. Life gets in the way sometimes of playing Magic. Go figure. Well, there you go. Contact info. This is us. Magic Gathering Strat channel. Go subscribe to the channel. We're going to have so many videos coming up. Twitter, MagicGatheringStrat. It's a little odd, but that's what we got. MTGOstrat.com, Twitch TV, Facebook, all those kind of things. Thanks for watching. Prepare yourself for the gauntlet. It's coming up. Get ready to pick the deck you champion. And thank you for watching. Have a good day.